Hello students, in this video I'm going to talk about EZ nomenclature. As in the previous video wherein I was talking about cis and trans isomerism, we clearly talked about the compounds like this, wherein there is a carbon-carbon double bond and we were actually analyzing all the substituents present along with both the carbons here. So if I take two examples like this, I was talking about these two carbons, I could clearly see that I have two same types of substituents on both the carbons. And I said that whenever we have the same type of substituents on the two carbons on the opposite side, we call it as trans. And when we have the same types of substituents on the same side of the carbon-carbon double bond, we call it as cis. So I'll repeat, when it is on the same side, we call it as cis, and when it is on the opposite side, the same substituent, we call it as trans. But what will happen when I have a compound like this, which has all the four substituents different? Now I cannot name them on the basis of cis and trans since we do not have the same type of substituents on both the carbons. Now what we'll do is I'll take two examples to explain. Now, let us assume that out of A and B on this particular carbon, I say A is of more priority, so I will give it number 1. And B is of second priority, obviously, because A has been numbered as of more priority. Now, if I talk about this carbon, let us assume that C was of more priority and D was of less priority. So now when I have the same type of priority groups on the opposite sides of the carbon-carbon double bond, I call it as E nomenclature. And when do I have, for example, in this particular case, I again say that A was having more priority here, so B was having the second priority, and on this carbon again C was having the first priority and D was having the second priority. So in this particular case also, if I see, I have the same type of priority on the same side of the double bond. So now I call it as Z nomenclature. Now there are few rules how to decide which one is to get the more priority and which one would be of the less priority. I will take all the rules one by one. Now, E and Z are not any arbitrary variables that we use. E is the name of the scientist Antigen and Z is Zusammen. These are the two German scientists who worked on this nomenclature. And as I said, when we have the same priority groups on the same side, then we call it as opposite and we name it as E. And when we have it on the same side, we call it as Z. I'll repeat that when they are on the opposite side, they are called as E, and when they are on the same side, it is called as Z. Now there are few rules to follow. These group of rules is called as CIP. CIP stands for Kahn-Ingold Prelog rules. The people who actually collected all the rules for naming EZ isomerism. Now the very first rule says that the substituent or the group whose first atom has higher atomic number has more priority. I'll explain it with the help of an example. For example, I have a compound like this. Now when I start naming them, I have to consider the priority. And it says, see, if I am talking about this particular carbon, it is attached to a carbon and it is attached to chlorine. So carbon is definitely atomic number 6 and chlorine is atomic number 17. So as my rule says that the one which has higher atomic number will be having the more priority. So my more priority is for chlorine. And similarly here, this carbon is directly attached to hydrogen, which has atomic number 1. And on the other side, it is attached to hydroxyl group, that is oxygen and then hydrogen, and oxygen atomic number is 8. So out of 1 and 8, which one is to be given the priority? This group. So now if I see, this is of more priority on this carbon, this is of more priority on this carbon. So the same priority groups are on the same side. So what will be the nomenclature for it? This is going to be Z. Similarly, when I talk about the next rule, it says if the first atoms are common in both the groups, then look for the next atom that is attached. So similarly, if I take another example, I have a compound like this for which I have to name the EZ convention. Now if I have it like this, then you can see that on the very first carbon that if I'm talking about this particular carbon, I have one carbon that is attached, and here also there is one carbon attached. So in such case scenario, we will move to the next atom that it is attached to. So if I'm talking about this carbon, you can see this, it is attached to 3 hydrogens. But if I talk about this carbon, it is attached to 2 hydrogens and 1 CH3, this group. So definitely this is of higher priority here. Similarly, if I talk about these two groups, this is C and this is hydrogen here. So which is of more priority? This is of more priority. Now what happens is that both the high priority groups are on the opposite side. So since it is on opposite side, what is going to be the configuration? It is going to be E nomenclature. Now let's talk about the next rule. The next rule says, in case when first or second atoms of a group are connected by a double or triple bond, then hypothetically it is taken to be connected twice or thrice to that of the atom. Now what does it mean? I have a compound like this. Now if I talk about this, these are the two carbons that I need to talk about. For this carbon, it is on one side attached with a CH3 and here it is attached with a hydrogen. So this is of more priority to me. And when I talk about this, here there is a double and a triple bond here. So the rule says that if it is doubly bonded, you have to hypothetically assume that it is attached to that many numbers of atom. And similarly, if it is carbon triple bond nitrogen, I will say it is like this. So now if I have to consider which is of higher priority, in this case it is going to be this carbon attached to 2 oxygens and 1 hydrogen, and here it is attached to 3 nitrogens. So definitely which is of more priority? This is of more priority. And what kind of configuration it will have? It will have Z configuration since they are on the same side. Now the next rule says that heavier isotope is of more priority. So for example, I have a compound like this. So now what will happen is I have these two carbons here. This carbon has a deuterium and a protium. So out of these two, I have 3 isotopes for hydrogen. So heavier isotope is always the most preferred one or the most priority one. So out of this is going to be of more priority, deuterium. And in this case, it is chlorine and CH3. Chlorine is going to be of more priority. So what kind of configuration will it have? It will have E configuration. The last rule says that the lone pair is not given priority as it has no atomic number. So lone pair is just the non-bonded electron pair. So it is not having any kind of atomic number. So whenever you have such kind of situation wherein you have to prioritize between any atom and a lone pair, you have to remember that lone pair is not to be given the priority. Let's take a few examples to explain the concept a little more. So I have this question here. I have this carbon and this carbon which is doubly bonded. So if I talk about this carbon, it is attached to an oxygen and it is attached to an iodine, and we know iodine is much bigger to OH and it is definitely having a higher atomic number than oxygen. So which is of more priority? This is of more priority 1 and this is going to be 2. Now when I talk about this, it is attached to a carbon which is attached to 2 hydrogens and a chlorine, and it is attached to this carbon, it is attached to 1 carbon, 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. So definitely, as I discussed previously, this is of more priority and this is of less priority. So again, the same priority groups are on the same side of the double bond, so I call it as Z. Next question, one is deuterium and the other is protium. So I already told you that the heavier isotope is given the priority. So this is of more priority 1 and this is of less priority. This is 2. Now when I talk about this compound, this is attached to a carbon which is doubly bonded to oxygen and hydrogen. So I can say that this carbon has 2 oxygens and 1 hydrogen. And here this carbon has 2 hydrogens and 1 nitrogen. So definitely this group is of more priority and this is of less priority. So here the configuration, since the same priority groups are on the opposite side, I call it as E. Now when I talk about this compound, here it is attached to a 6-membered ring. It is also a 6-membered ring, but this is a benzene. This has 3 double bonds also. So definitely this is of more priority and this is of less priority. Now when I talk about this carbon is attached to a heterocyclic ring. Here in both the cases there are 3 carbons and 1 electronegative atom. Here it is oxygen, here it is nitrogen. And we know out of oxygen, oxygen is atomic number 8, nitrogen is atomic number 7. So this is of more priority. So in this case, this is 1 and this is 2. Now they are on the opposite side. So what is the configuration? The configuration is, in this particular question, I have this carbon which has a lone pair and this is an OH. So whatever be the other compound, if this is the lone pair, this is of automatically the lesser priority and this is of more priority. And out of this carbon, it has CH3 and here it is attached to an hydrogen atom. So this is of more priority and this is of less priority. So again, we have the same priority groups on the opposite side. So it is E configuration. Now if I talk about this carbon, now every vertex is a carbon, right? Every intersecting point is a carbon. So now this is carbon here and this is carbon here. So if I talk about this carbon, it is attached to a carbon and this is attached to a hydrogen. So definitely this is of more priority, and out of carbon and bromine, this is of more priority. Again, they are on the opposite side, so this is E. I hope the concept is clear.